Hello and welcome to Cinema Explorer. I'm Moksh,
And I'm Muskan.
and today we'll be making some early Oscar predictions for the month of February. Since we didn't react to the nominations on 8th, we'll be talking about them as well. And BAFTA, Critics' Choice, and all other guilds have not given out awards, and I think this is the best time to make early predictions. So let's get started.
So let's start with the Best Picture category. I think we got 9 out of 10 predictions correct, and the only thing that was different was Nightmare Alley in place of Being the Ricardos.
Yeah, I think after the precursor, like whatever was going on, we thought Being the Ricardos will definitely get in, and even Tick Tick Boom will miss out. But here, Nightmare Alley got in. And I think while the nominations were being announced, they were constantly giving them those technical nominations. And it looked likely because Tick Tick Boom just got an editing nomination and won for Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And even Being the Ricardos only had the acting nominations.
We really thought that Tick Tick Boom would get in because it got the Best Film Editing nomination, but sadly it didn't get in.
But yeah, Nightmare Alley is like a good movie and it got in. And I think I'm happy with the 10. I don't think like maybe Don't Look Up is the one which is like the odd one out here. But yeah, I'm happy with the 10.
I think at this point it is pretty much obvious that which film will be winning the Best Picture category. It is going to be The Power of the Dog because it has got 12 nominations and it is the most nominations any film has gotten this year.
And the critic seems to love it and it has momentum on its side. But there's one thing, it might just be one of the lowest rated IMDb films to win the Best Picture category in a long time. But I don't think that matters a lot.
It does not matter. IMDb does not matter, I think, at all in Oscars. And if not Power of the Dog, which films do you think even have a slightest chance?
I think Dune would have been one film which I would have predicted to maybe be the surprise winner on that day. But it missed out on one big nomination, that of Denis Villeneuve. And do you think it will be able to win Best Picture without Denis being nominated?
I don't think that Dune will win because, again, it doesn't have the most important nomination, the director nomination, but it also has a lot of technical sides, I guess.
But we have seen in quite some years that they split the award between Best Director and Best Picture. So can we see that they'll give Jane Campion an award for Best Director and maybe go for a Dune or maybe any other film instead of The Power?
Might happen, but it's still unlikely.
And do you think there is any other film that has a chance? Because I personally think that Belfast, it was the frontrunner in 2021 and since the turn of the year, Power of the Dog has taken its place. But do you still think that Belfast has a chance?
No, I don't think Belfast has any chance right now because it missed out on the editing nomination, which is literally the most important nomination to get into the Best Picture category, to get into the Best Picture win. So it missed out on that.
It also missed out on cinematography.
Yeah, it missed out on cinematography as well.
So those are two really important nominations and they missed out on both of them. So I think Belfast's chances of winning Best Picture are gone. And out of all these 10 films, let's throw away all the precursors and what awards and what nominations they have. What's your favorite and who you might want to win?
I think out of all those that I have seen yet, I think The Power of the Dog and Dune are my two favorites. And I will just want one of those two to win. I think one of those two will win.
Even I think that Dune is one of my favorites of the year, but I still have that kind of an edge for The Power of the Dog. And for me, I think The Power of the Dog will win and it should win.
Yeah, so our prediction is The Power of the Dog.
So coming to the Best Director category, we also have a frontrunner here and I think Jane Campion will definitely win this award.
Yeah, I think it is her award to lose this year. And she has already won the Golden Globes and I think she is pretty much going to sweep this year because there is no other person, only other person I guess was Denis Villeneuve for Dune, but he wasn't even nominated, which was a big shock.
I think it was a big crime because what did they expect? Did the film get made on its own? It didn't. And Denis was the only person who I thought was a contender alongside Jane Campion, looking at the work that they produced during the year.
It got so many nominations, all the technical nominations, and yet they did not give him a director nomination. That was such a big bummer.
And I think one person who expected to miss out was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
He got in and they snubbed Denis for him. But there's something interesting here because the first time Jane Campion was nominated was in 1993. The same year, Steven Spielberg won for Schindler's List and together they're nominated again. So will she win this award?
Yeah, I think she is going to turn it around and this is going to be her year. And so this time she is definitely going to win.
And if she wins, she will only be the third female filmmaker to ever win Best Director. And if she wins, that'll be 2 years in a row that female directors will win. Last year, Chloe Zhao won. I hope this will be the decade for female filmmakers and female technicians, and they will get more nominations and more awards that they deserve. And in 2021, we saw a change. Julia Ducournau won at Cannes Film Festival. Jane Campion herself got a Best Director at Venice Film Festival, and this year for Berlin Film Festival, Carla Simone and her film Alcaraz won. So hopefully this decade will see more female filmmakers being given awards.
Yes, so Jane Campion is definitely going to win, but we also should talk about Hamaguchi. It was a big thing for him to get nominated for Drive My Car. What do you think?
Hamaguchi is only the third ever Japanese to be nominated in the Best Director category, and this year we saw Academy nominate a lot of foreign films in different categories. So it's a big thing, it's a good thing for Hamaguchi. And when we come to those last two directors, Kenneth Branagh and Steven Spielberg, what do you think?
I don't think any of those two have a chance, because even though Kenneth Branagh was a front runner for a long time, but Belfast has lost its pace and momentum. So I think Jane Campion is the sole winner here. Coming to the Best Actor category, even here we got 4 out of 5 predictions correct. So what do you think is going to happen?
First of all, we expected Peter Dinklage to be here, and we didn't expect, we kind of knew that Javier Bardem might get in, but we wanted Peter Dinklage to be there, but Bardem got in. But I think that Will Smith is the one. He's the one who will finally win his Oscar, even though Andrew Garfield and Benedict Cumberbatch gave really great performances, maybe their career best performances, but still, Will Smith is going with the award.
I think Will Smith came with the same energy that he showed in The Pursuit of Happiness, and that was earlier his best performance. Now this was, I think it was pretty much equal to that performance, but we can't ignore that this also is Oscar worthy. But yeah, if it was up to us, I would probably choose Andrew Garfield. What would be your pick?
Honestly, my pick on a personal level would be Benedict Cumberbatch, and his performance along with Andrew Garfield's was their career best performance. But I still believe that Will Smith has that award, and he has that thing that he has been working for a lot of years going on for him, and he should get that award, and I wouldn't be unhappy. I think Cumberbatch and Garfield will have chances to give even great performances, and this is Will Smith's award.
Yeah, and it is a perfect thing for him. He's like in a big biopic. He's playing a very, very important role, a very respected role. And I think he's going to win this award.
And he has been nominated here alongside Denzel Washington, the last non-white person to win the Best Actor category for his role in Training Day. So what do you think about that?
I think it will be a big thing for him to win. And I low-key want him to win. Although Andrew Garfield was my favorite of the year, but again, no one can deny that his performance was really, really great. So our prediction for the winner here will be Will Smith. Coming to the most bizarre category of this year, which is the Best Actress category, let's just first mention the fact that Kristen Stewart finally got in.
And when the nominations were being announced, first of all, we got the surprise that Penelope Cruz got in. Then we knew that Lady Gaga was being snubbed here. And the last slot was open for Stewart, but we didn't know if she'll get in. And even though it was alphabetical, we felt they were building up a lot of tension. And when her name was announced, I think we rejoiced a lot. We felt really happy. And yeah, it is a great feeling. At least she got the nomination.
She should win, I guess. Because I know here there is going to be a difference in the opinion, because I am going to predict Kristen Stewart. What are you going to predict?
I believe that it's Jessica Chastain's award, because she hasn't won an award yet. And her performance in a biopic was great, and Academy loves that. So I think that's Academy bait, and she'll definitely get an Oscar here.
I think, and it is a very strange thing that none of these actresses have their films in the Best Picture category. So that also makes it even more convoluted. And the fact that BAFTA did not even get one single nomination overlap, that was a big thing, I guess.
BAFTA have been great at predicting Best Actress category, and this year, since there is no overlap, I think it's up for grabs. Anyone can come and get the award. Nicole Kidman has got the Golden Globe, but I still believe that she will not win the Oscar. Do you think Olivia Colman has an outside shot here?
I don't think Olivia Colman will get a second award so soon. She just won for The Favourite a couple of years ago, and it will be just too soon for her to get another award. That too when in front of her there are so many strong biopic performances. I guess because between Chastain, Nicole Kidman and Kristen Stewart, anyone can win.
Since you said that she won for The Favourite, I think the time period between Frances McDormand's win for 3 Billboards and Nomadland is the same here, 4 years. I don't think that Olivia Colman will win, but I think she has an equal opportunity to win here.
Maybe, but still, I think that Kristen Stewart should win.
And for me, it's Jessica Chastain. The next category is Best Supporting Actor, and here as well we have two people in the running for the award: Troy Kotsur for Coda and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. And for me, Troy Kotsur should win this award because he's my personal favorite. What about you?
I think even my favorite is Troy Kotsur because it is only fair he finally gets his award. When we look at Cody Smith-McPhee's performance in The Power of the Dog, it is a very crucial role he plays. Of course, his performance is very great, and the transformation his character has, like, it is very crucial in the film. What do you think about that?
I think his performance was very internalized. He does not show any kind of rage or anger, and everything is through that body language he has. And the acting performance was great, but I still believe, because last year also Paul Raci was nominated and he belonged to the deaf community as well.
Yeah.
And Troy Kotsur might not get roles such as this one. But Cody Smith-McPhee, he's young, he will get another chance, he'll get more chances in the future and hopefully win an Oscar there. And that is the reason I want Troy Kotsur to take home the Oscar this time.
I think last year there was a very similar situation where there were two people nominated from the same film, Judas and the Black Messiah, and same thing has happened this year also because Jesse Plemons was a surprise nomination in this category, and I think there is a slight chance that the voters might get split between these two performances because they are in the same film, and there is a slight chance, even though Daniel Kaluuya did win last year and this thing did not happen, but let's hope that this happens actually and Troy Kotsur takes the win. So I think Troy Kotsur is our prediction for this category.
The next category is the Best Supporting Actress, and this was the first category announced on the day of nomination. And the first name was a big surprise, Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, and later on they also nominated Judi Dench instead of Katrina Balfe for Belfast. I think that was a snub. Katrina Balfe was definitely the better one, but they went with Judi Dench.
Judi Dench was there for just like a small part in the film, and I think Katrina Balfe deserved to be here, but nonetheless we have these 5 nominations. Out of these, which do you think?
I think it's gonna be Ariana DeBose here, and Kristen Dunst has a chance. It is her first nomination, by the way, but yeah, I think Ariana DeBose will win, even though she is a first-time actress, first-time debut nominee.
Yeah, it is. I think it is the role that she plays. It is so charming, and even her campaigning is going so strong. She did SNL; it was pretty much successful. Again, she has been on the ground. She is doing all the work she needs to do, and I think it is her award to win.
But do you think that they'll go with the narrative that she's been working for a lot of time, Kristen Dunst, and she deserves the award?
I think that might not happen because, again, you can't just give every award on the basis of how many years of work every actor has put in. There has to be a line crossed somewhere between. In terms of Will Smith, when we talked about, that was a performance in which he was very much deserving. But here, I don't think Kirsten Dunst is going to win.
So Ariana DeBose?
Yes, Ariana DeBose is our pick.
The next category is the Best Adapted Screenplay, and I think it's going to be a 3-horse race with The Power of the Dog, Drive My Car, and The Lost Daughter. Drive My Car won the Best Screenplay at Cannes Film Festival, and Maggie Gyllenhaal, who wrote The Lost Daughter, she won at Venice Film Festival. So it's a well-contested category. So who do you think will win here?
I think The Power of the Dog again here has a strong chance because if it is going to get film, if it is going to get director, then why not adapted screenplay?
I have an explanation for that. Will they be willing to give Jane Campion 2 individual Oscars and also 1 Oscar if they win Best Picture because she's a producer here? So do you think they'll give 3 Oscars to her in one night? Or they'll say, okay, we like Drive My Car a lot, we nominated it in a lot of plays. Let's give it to Drive My Car.
That might happen, that is a chance. Like, it is a 60-40 chance. I don't think The Lost Daughter will be getting it. It is between Drive My Car and The Power of the Dog for me.
I think Lost Daughter is like outside shot.
Yeah.
If there's a surprise on that day, it could be Lost Daughter. But I believe that they might go for Drive My Car.
Okay, so we have different picks here again. I predict The Power of the Dog.
And I predict Drive My Car.
Coming to the Best Original Screenplay category, even this category was one of those that saw a big surprise. The worst person in the world got nominated and it was a pretty big feat for it, right?
Yeah, I think when we predicted it, we predicted Aaron Sorkin and Being the Ricardos, and everyone was surprised that they snubbed Sorkin and went for the worst person in the world. We didn't even have it in our top 8 because we didn't know if they'll be seeing the movie and they'll nominate it or not. But it's a great thing they nominated the worst person in the world. But do you think it has a chance here, or are there some other films?
I think Belfast has a pretty strong chance here because for Kenneth Branagh, it is very difficult to get into the Best Picture win, in the Best Director win. He is not going to get that. And the only chance of Academy giving him a prize is the best original screenplay category. So I think Belfast might have a win here.
The same thing applies to Licorice Pizza as well, because PTA has been nominated numerous times. And if they want to give him an Oscar, they can give him an Oscar in this category because he will not be getting a Best Director win. So I think it's going to be Licorice Pizza, but it's very 50-50 between Belfast and Licorice Pizza.
My prediction is Belfast. Your prediction?
Licorice Pizza.
Our next category is the best international feature film. Even this category was pretty much what we predicted, except one. A Hero was snubbed and Lunana Yak in the Classroom took its place. So what do you think about that?
It was actually a very big surprise because Academy loves Asghar Farhadi. He has already won 2 Oscars and I expected him to get nominated here for A Hero. But they didn't nominate A Hero, and I think that pretty much paves the way for Drive My Car to have a smooth drive to the Oscar, because they have nominated it in other categories as well, and whenever that happens, it's pretty much guaranteed that that particular film will win the Oscar.
I think the same thing applies to Flea as well. It has been nominated in 3 categories, but still, if we compare the categories, Drive My Car has the upper hand here, and I think Drive My Car is going to win this category.
One interesting pattern we saw this year was that Academy nominated foreign language films in different categories. Parallel Mothers, which was not the official entry for Spain, was nominated in 2 different categories, and that just shows that Academy is open to nominating these films in different categories, and it's a good thing.
We just can hope that all these films that are nominated in extra categories, they also win something else apart from just the feature film category. So let's hope.
And also one more thing, Portrait of a Lady on Fire was not the official entry from France in 2019, and if they would have done something similar, it could have been nominated. So hopefully in future years, it will be seen that if countries do not send their films, they still have a chance of being nominated. The next category is Best Animated Feature Film, and it was a very easy category to predict. We got a 5 out of 5 for that, and the winner will be easy to predict as well. I think Encanto has it in bag, but do you think Flea has a chance here?
I think it has a slight little chance because again it has been nominated in 3 other categories. But yeah, still the way every year it goes to Pixar, and this is a film, kind of film that will get an Oscar. It is pretty much an Oscar bait kind of film. So yeah, I think Encanto is getting it.
But let's hope that Flea can pull off something. Like, it needs to get something because it has been nominated in 3 categories. We can just hope. But Encanto will win.
Our next category is the best cinematography. I think even here it is pretty much clear that Dune is going to win because I don't think any of the films here on the list has even a slight chance to be up against the sheer scale of Dune.
I think Bruno Del Bonell and Tragedy of Macbeth are at a close second, but they cannot match the level of Dune, which is very much similar to the other films nominated here as well. Whether it's West Side Story, The Power of the Dog, or Nightmare Alley, I think Dune is clearly in front, but I'm happy that Ari Wagner, who is a female cinematographer, she got nominated. And there's one snub I'm not very much happy about, and it was your favorite film of the year.
Yeah, Spencer. I just can't believe how these people have just snubbed Spencer in every category. It deserved to be in score, it deserved to be in cinematography, but it at least got Kristen Stewart her nomination. I'm just happy about that.
So yeah, I think, and we think, Dune is going to win Best Cinematography. The next category is Best Film Editing, and here as well Dune is the frontrunner, just like in almost all of the technical awards. And what do you think can happen? Will Dune win it, or does somebody else have a chance here?
I think Dune has pretty good editing, but of all these nominations, my favorite would be Tick Tick Boom, because I was just so surprised that it got in. That also kind of raised my hopes that it will be nominated in the best film, but it was not. But still, getting best film editing nomination is a big thing for Tick Tick Boom, because a lot of the beauty of the film just comes because of the editing, the masterful editing of the film. So I think, yeah, if it would be up to me, I would choose Tick Tick Boom.
But as far as Oscars are concerned, we predict Dune to win this one. The next category is Best Original Score, and Hans Zimmer and Dune are the frontrunner. I think Hans Zimmer has been overdue for an award for a long time. He won it for The Lion King in 1994, and here he should win it for Dune. But was his score the best he ever produced?
I don't think so. It is the best he ever produced, but yeah, it is One of the best, definitely.
And Dune is definitely going to win this. But I think Johnny Greenwood deserves a lot of praise for what he had done this year with Spencer, with Licorice Pizza, and The Power of the Dog. And once again, Spencer didn't get in. And another one of our favorite scores didn't get in. It was
The French Dispatch. Oh my god. I was so upset that it did not get production design, it did not get score. It was just completely snubbed by the Oscars, and it is pretty hurtful to see a Wes Anderson film just snubbed like that.
But yeah, we expect Hans Zimmer to win. He has already won the Golden Globe and he'll get the Oscar. It'll be a nice moment for all the Hans Zimmer fans to see on that day.
Yeah, so our prediction is Hans Zimmer for Dune. So these are our early predictions for the Oscars. We did miss some of the categories here, but once all the precursors winners are announced, we will do a final predictions video with all the categories in it.
Let us know your Oscar predictions in the comments down below and don't forget to like and subscribe and support the channel.
See you!